Thank you, everyone. Wow. I'd just like to set the stage before I start talking and say that I am from Ottawa, Canada, so that is pretty far from here. I am so honored to be standing here tonight. I would like to, first of all, thank those responsible for the decision to induct me into the Hall of Fame. This is such an incredible honor and privilege. I think back to high school senior year, and I vividly remember getting booklets in the mail from Delta State Swimming and Diving. What on earth is Delta State? I remember thinking. Next thing I know, I'm on a plane headed to Memphis to make the journey into the Delta to find out for myself. It was a world I couldn't imagine, some 1,300 miles away from home and everything I knew. As a grown woman with a daughter, it's the most frightening thing I can imagine. But my parents said, give it a try. What have you got to lose? You can always come home. So in August 2004, I packed up my belongings and headed out on the 1,300-mile journey with Mom and Dad. And like any good college freshman, I cried when they left me in this unknown town with these unknown people. This unknown town and these unknown people soon became my life and my family. I soon learned just how awesome it was to have a built-in family. Not only did we train 4 hours a day together, we ate together, lived together, took classes together, and obviously, we went out together. But perhaps more importantly, we grew together. A couple years into my undergrad, I decided to switch majors from general business to accounting, mostly because my mom, who's here with me tonight, pressured me into it by telling me that I would never be without a job with a targeted major like accounting. Turns out she was right about a lot of things. This was just one of them. That switch into accounting gave me the second family I never dreamed of. I'm sure many of you here tonight know or remember Lisa Sandifer. I can't think of a teacher or mentor who cared more than Lisa. She truly believed in me and inspired me to be the best that I can be. And it was through my accounting classes where I met my best friend Melissa, who I am so blessed to have by my side tonight. Let's circle back to swimming. I was so lucky to have the swim team and coaches that I had. Coach Ronnie, I could never thank you enough. During my time at Delta State, I accomplished things I never would have dreamed imaginable for myself. Thinking back now, I ask, was it easy? No. I can't remember how many times I called my parents crying, asking to come home. And every time my parents would say, well, why don't you just keep on for another month and see how you feel? And sure enough, things would turn around and I would keep going. I can confidently say now that these were the moments that taught me resilience. I love reminiscing on my time in the Delta with the swimming and diving team. Without the foundation I established at Delta State, I would not be the woman that I am standing here today. After graduation, I accepted a job in audit with Deloitte, a global accounting firm. In my years at Deloitte, I was actively involved in campus recruiting, where I would tell students that involvement and attitude are almost as important as classroom success. I believe that while I had a great resume on paper, it was the time I spent at Delta State and my involvement in all facets of college life that set me apart from your average candidate. And I can trace that back to my family, friends, and mentor who led me to be the best that I could be. I both love and hate to think that I'm 14 years into my career, but I consider myself so blessed to have traveled the road that I have traveled. And after working at Deloitte, I accepted a job at Shopify, where I've been working for nearly 7 years in finance, alongside some of the world's smartest accountants and software engineers. Every chance I get, I tell my colleagues that I attribute my success to competitive swimming. And in fact, I recently had drinks with a former colleague who told me he enrolled all 3 of his girls in swimming as a direct result of my belief that my success is attributable to the leadership, perseverance, resilience, time management, and dedication that I learned from sport largely through my time here at Delta State. I truly am grateful. Thank you so much for this honor and privilege.